Greetings, everyone. As the 2025 is coming to a closure, we could all agree that this was one of the most incredible and potent years, and Divine Mother God, our creator, sustainer of all that is sending very powerful messages and invitations. So it's my pleasure and privilege to bring to New Zealand power work that was given throughout this year. I was finding myself in various areas of the world and coming from a 3.5 months long tour of Europe and area of the Balkans. We have achieved some aspects that none of us possibly could have imagined a year ago. This year, Divine Mother God is activating our higher beings, which means the higher self, the real us, the full-on version of ourselves is taking over. That is a very precise technology, that is a very specific way, and Divine Mother God is now offering it to whoever feels ready and drawn to it here in New Zealand. Over the course of this year, it was offered and accepted by many in Europe. And we have culminated with one very powerful event on the 18th of October 2025 that took place at the Bosnian pyramids in the heart of Balkans, where 600 people turned up for this powerful activation of the divine white law, meaning divine order, meaning humanity is receiving again the divine order in everything. It was incredible experience. 300 of us live at the pyramids, 300 of us via Zoom, healers from all over the world. When this energy started flowing and this lift of the humanity from the ignorance and violation of the divine law shifted into the completely accepting and obeying and applying the divine white law, that was a magical rebirth. On the workshop that is offered now and will be in New Zealand and again around the world, Divine Mother God is giving us 3 levels of super activation. Firstly, she is removing all of the limitation codes that were imposed over humanity. Limitation codes means that from our original creation, humanity has been absolutely reduced, major aspects have been removed, it has been disabled, it has been closed down, and we ended up with some very, very, very low level of the human expression. Divine Mother God is now completely removing all of these limitations, allowing the human system to again be reborn in its full potential, in full consciousness. Among the other things, she is removing the trauma of the umbilical cord of the human head as we come into this world, head through pelvis, head through pelvis. Happens that we have been in that intensity of being disabled, very powerful points within the human system. We are talking physical human system have been disabled, squashed, removed. Our DNA was reduced to the just 2 strands. The telomeres have been imposed, which are making our DNA having a limit rather than being limitless. Our voice has been reduced from our 2 types of vocal cords that cover the full spectrum. We were reduced to the just very small amount of the spectrum, and so on and so forth. So we will have 11 levels of removal of the disablement codes. After that, Divine Mother God is activating our divine being. As mentioned, it is a very powerful process which is completely synchronous with the divine, cosmic, planetary, and consciousness of humanity processes. It is not light work. It is mega expansion of the sonic, sonar, and scalar waves of our full-on creation that creates the light. As the sound creates the light, our true destiny, the true way how we were created, has been hidden and reduced for humanity without the full access. Divine Mother is restoring that access. Our real being, our divine being, is located between the belly button and the coccyx, which she now calls like a light pinnacle. So for 9 months, before we become fully into the world, we are sitting on the sacred bone of our mother, in that sacred pelvis, on the sacrum, and we are activated in a very specific way. Humanity has missed this activation over millennia and millennia and millennia. So Divine Mother God is now restoring us into that grid and network of our true being. The true being network on the planet was only existent as a tiny sparks within this area, within this golden pinnacle. And now she's from that restoring us to our full glory. Again, very powerful and very specific, very precise process that we are going to go through. And as a part of this activation and what is offered within these workshops is the configuration of the ARCAIM crown. We have gone through the activation of ARCAIM star, ARCAIM arrow, and now it's ARCAIM crown. What does that mean to be crowned being, Christed being? That means to be the king, the queen of absolutely manifested being. We have been living our lives at a very low levels of manifestation of our true self. For some people, just a drop. For some people, a little bit more. It's now time to accept and live and be the full potential, like the complete presence of our divine being in essence, in resonance, in song, in expression, in our lives. So that way of life is what we are created with, and what we know, and what is our truth. And then we have just gone off the rail a little bit and created all this illusionary world and deprived world, and stepping a little bit out of the divine law. Now, Divine Mother God is restoring all of this back in its full glory. What does it mean to be ARCAIM being, like angel and archangel, bishop, archbishop? We have humanity as a human and archhuman. So our higher version, our glory version, not the sorry story of the previous polarity consciousness, but the glory story of the humanity is now to be told and expressed. So activation of our ARCAIM crown configuration is one of the absolute pinnacles of this workshop. And of course, receiving divine grace. Divine Mother is attuning us now into the full ability of receiving the divine grace. That makes all the difference we could imagine. Humanity was stepping out of receiving the full grace of Divine Mother God. Once we step in, and the divine grace literally feeds everything and fills everything up with the proverbial milk and honey. So these 4 elements that are so beautifully and brilliantly brought by Divine Mother God, I had a privilege to bring these energies and all these codes and activation, but Divine Mother God is the one who is doing this work. And I was witnessing time after time people who got activated. What does that mean to them? What they were speaking back about their experience, how their lives changes, and what it means to be really activated, crowned being, the arc version of ourselves. So stories and stories and stories to tell. So welcome everyone who feels activated, ready, prepared for this amazing work. Many aspects will be explained that obviously can't in this very short video, and we are all going to share one incredible experience and gift and grace from Divine Mother God.